Time for the local business spotlight on City News 570.
I'm joined today by Faisal Susiwala. Faisal's ranked with the top 3 real estate brokers in the world for RE/MAX, was recently named Canada's top agent for 2022. He began his career at the young age of 18 and has been providing outstanding results for over 30 years, most notably with RE/MAX Twin City Realty. Good morning, Faisal, and we don't often get a chance to talk like this, do we?
Good morning. No, we don't, but it's nice to hear from you.
Nice to hear from you as well, too. What can you tell us about the current market update?
Well, we're seeing, it's pretty typical of what happens in July. We saw quite a slowdown, increase of inventory, lack of buyers. But, we're seeing people on vacation. They're getting back into typical things that you would do in the summer. So it's not odd, but there was a little bit of panic from a seller's perspective that, the market has slowed down. We're not getting buyers. People are not coming through. But we're seeing a little bit of an uptick right now in the market, and we're seeing activity come back ahead of the end of summer and back to school.
And we know that there's been an impact, obviously, on the interest rate hike. And what's going on in that area?
Well, we're hoping that the interest rate hike ceases and it doesn't come up again in September. For borrowers who have been watching the rising cost of mortgage renewals and other loans, an end to that sting of higher lending costs could, not come any sooner. They need that at this point. But an examination like of the world events, the impact of climate crisis, declining trade, fears of a meltdown in the world's second largest economy being China. It implies that Canadians could get more of a slowdown coming towards the end of this year, but I believe a recovery will happen next year. So U.S. inflation rates ticked up for the first time in a year to 3.2%. We are currently at 2.8%, and I believe our inflation numbers are coming out this week. So from 2.8% in June, we could probably see the July inflation rate probably hit closer to 3%. And if that happens, we don't know. September could be another slight increase in interest rates. Okay. But I do believe that coming into spring of next year, we'll see some normality back into the market.
We see a lot of ads these days from both realtors and from builders offering incentives when it comes to things like pre-sale condos and new builds. What does all that mean?
So it's a little bit of a pet peeve of mine, these incentives. So when you see a builder, a developer, a realtor offering incentives to agents to bring their buyers to a site because they're offering $25,000 cash back, or they're offering, 5, 6, 7% commission to their realtors to bring their buyers in, it's not typically a good deal for the buyer. I would be very cautious. I would look at what is in it for the agent to promote this site and why are they promoting it as opposed to other sites. That money is going to come from somewhere, and usually that money comes out of the buyer's pocket. So be very careful in entering any agreements where you're seeing large incentives being given to salespeople to bring you to their home sale sites. There are awesome new home sites, pre-sale sites that are throughout our region that are being offered that are typical of regular fees being paid to realtors. There's not a lot of incentives, but those are typically good deals for the buyers, and those are the ones that one should concentrate on. Of course, reach out to a professional that you trust and ask the questions, and don't be afraid to ask, what are you getting paid on this, before you enter into an agreement.
So in your mind, recommend to investors and buyers looking at those sort of the regular sort of pre-sales that are out there?
Exactly. Yeah. Don't fall for the gimmicks. Don't fall for the big incentive programs that are out there, because ultimately it's coming out of the buyer's pocket. It's not coming out of anyone else's. And someone else is lining their pockets with a lot of money because they were bringing you there for other motivation other than what's in the best interest for you.
Great information as always, Faisal. Thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
All right. We'll talk again soon. That was Faisal Susiwala, ranked within the top 3 real estate brokers in the world for RE/MAX, recently named Canada's top agent for 2022 as well, too. You're listening to The Mike Farwell Show on City News 570.
The local business spotlight, where your business comes first on City News 570.